Hello everybody, it's Adam Tech Stuff here, back to you with another app review. And this time it's going to be Adobe Capture CC. Now, if you saw the last video that I did, it was going through all the Adobe mobile apps that you could possibly use. During that time, Adobe Capture CC went through major changes. So it's almost like 5-in-1 apps. So it's Adobe Capture CC. Adobe Capture CC is available on Android and iOS. So you can get it from your Play Store or from your App Store. I'm going to load up my phone and I'm going to show you guys how to work this app. It's a very creative app for all those designers and graphic designers and artists of all sorts and styles and sectors of multimedia design. So let's get started. If you would like to follow along with me, you can. So make sure you go to your App Store or your Google Play Store and download it right now, and then pause this video because we will get started immediately. So first thing, open the app. So we go to Adobe Capture CC. Now the first thing that you're presented with is this. So here we have shapes, patterns, colors, brushes, and looks. Okay, so we're going to start with the shapes. Shapes is very unique and very creative in a way. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this little plus button down here. Okay, and we're prompted with this. Now this means that the camera is open. So what we could do, show you this, my fruits plate right here. And what I will do is take a picture of something, and the picture is taken. Okay, so what we could do is refine it. We can select, or we could deselect, or we can erase. Deselect, and you deselect something. If you tap it, it will be grayed out and it will deselect. But we want to select that because that's what we want. Now if you want to erase something, such as maybe the cup in the background right there, I just click erase and just erase it. Okay, and then what we go to do next, we will do is crop. So we click crop, and now we have this. You could size it however you want. You could rotate it if you like, give it some a little tilt. Go ahead and save it next, and it will come out with a vector shape. And there we have it. As you can see, that's our fruit plate right there. Okay, so you go ahead, you can rename it whatever you want. You can also have it saved to a certain type of library that you are working with, and just go ahead and check that. Next we have patterns up here. So we'll go ahead and select patterns. As you see, I already have many different types of patterns already done here. So we are going to click this purple plus button down here to start a new pattern. Okay, the first one that's down here, as you see, is a very simple tile, square tile, right? Go ahead, take a picture if you want, and then at the top is a preview of what your pattern will look like. Okay, so down here you can scale it up, you can move the picture that you've taken, and you could rotate it however you like. Once you have it, this down here is blending edges. So it will blend the edges together so you don't really get a complete like square edge. So once you have that, go ahead and click next at the top, and then we have our pattern. Go ahead and click next again, go ahead and save it, maybe however. Every picture that you take for reference for your patterns is always saved in that pattern. So you can go ahead and check that, and that's done. I'll show you the other types of patterns. So we did the regular squared tile pattern. We're going to go to the next one, and this is pretty cool. I like this one. So we'll go over to my fruit plate again, and we'll just go ahead and snap that. So as you see at the top is a sample of what my pattern will look like if I use only this frame. So I could go ahead and move it, and you'll see the pattern also changes too. Okay? Just like in any other one, you could go ahead and rotate it, and you could get a different feel of the pattern that you would like to use. I'm going to keep it right here because that looks very nice. I could probably share this with others that would like this. So I'm going to go ahead, press save, and there's our pattern. These patterns do work within Photoshop and I think Illustrator too. So if you save it to your cloud and you grab it from Adobe Photoshop CC on your desktop, it will work very well. Okay, next, and then you'll save it. Fruit plate, and then as usual, your photo is saved in this pattern. Go ahead and check that and save it. Next pattern type is this one, which I don't like as much, but it's still a good pattern. So go ahead, click that. You can see as usual your pattern selected. I'm going to scale this picture up because I don't like the black spots that are on the sides. And then go ahead, save that. There we have a very unique pattern. This also is good for fashion designers if they're looking for textile patterns or designs. They can use this. Okay, go ahead, click next. You can rename it, save it. My favorite pattern type is this last one right here. So if I go ahead and go towards my tagine, see if I can get the picture right. Take a picture of that. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So now here we have the preview of our pattern and we have the picture. So let's go ahead and scale this up a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead and rotate it, because what I want is this in there. So now we have a pretty cool looking pattern right now. Go ahead, next, and there we have a pretty nice fluid pattern. Kind of like that. It's pretty cool. Alright, so go ahead, click next. Go ahead and save the pattern. Just label it pod and save. Okay, so that's patterns for you. You see all the different types of patterns I've made already. It's pretty nice. Okay, so we go to colors. Colors is very interesting. this is more for like say web designers and textile designers. We're going to click this plus button down here to add a new color set. Now you see my camera the application is already picking up certain color spots. Okay, so watch what happens when I bring my fruit plates in. You see, it starts picking up all the different types of colors in there. And if you like a certain color, you could go ahead and tap on the screen and freeze it, or you could go in manually and select it. So I'm going to tap it, and it's frozen. So now I can move this fruit plate out, and then I can pick and choose my colors that I want. So we have an orange, and let's try to get a yellowish tone here. There we go. So now we have colors that we can use for a website, color palettes. I'm not sure if this is going to give you the hex code for the colors for those graphic designers and Photoshop users out there. I'm not sure if it's going to give you the hex code for the color, but it probably could. So next we're going to go ahead and click the check mark down there, and you can go ahead and name it and go ahead and save it. So now we have our colors up there. Okay. Next we have brushes. Brushes it's okay. Photoshop, the desktop version of Photoshop really does a better job than this though. But you can use these brushes with Adobe Sketch. Okay, so we're going to make a new brush, so we're going to go ahead and click the plus sign. I'm going to bring in, I'll say I'll bring in a knife because I was eating fruit earlier. So we have a knife. I'm going to go ahead and take the picture of the knife. Okay. So let's say, okay, so I'm going to make a brush out of this knife. Now you see that white dot up there? You tap on the color that you want to eliminate from your view. So if I click on this, it's going to eliminate it. Now lights and shadows also have a factor in this, so make sure your lighting is not too bright or too dark. And then once you have it, go ahead and click that camera button down there. Okay, so now we have a knife and we'll present it into the crop area. I'm just going to crop mine like this and then go next. Now here we have the brushes, right? Here we have used for Adobe Photoshop Sketch, which is another mobile app by Adobe. You can see all the different types. Here you can use for Photoshop CC. Okay, so let's say for instance we're going to use it for Photoshop CC. Okay, we will do this one. We'll check that. We will go next. And then we have our preview. You can also test your preview by drawing on it. Looks pretty cool. You can almost use this as for like a dragon, the back of a dragon almost. It's pretty cool. Then we go down here where it says edit brush. So we go to style, crop, and then refine. But the best part about this app is where you can go to the preset. You can set the size of it. You can make the minimum size. You could make it linear, where the direction of the brush will not change, or you can make it directional as we had it before, or you can make it initial. Okay, it's pretty cool. I like these brushes. Okay, then you could go to spacing. For those who use Photoshop for those who use Photoshop on the desktop, we all know what spacing is, and it goes all the way to 1000, all the way to 0, or spacing 2%. See there. We could change the scatter. We can make it on both axes or only on one axis. The jitter, the angle, and the flow, which is like the opacity. Okay, so once you're satisfied with that, you can go ahead, check it, go next. You can save it. I'll save this one as knives. And there it is, saved to my brushes. Next we have looks. Okay, looks deals with more of a color tone for photography, or if you want to just think of it as that, it's a color tone. So if I'm gonna get this knife out of here, and bring this to Jean. So we go click down here. We're going to click. We're going to take a photo of this. Well, let me show you the activity that it's doing. So you see all the colors on the tagine, and on the bottom of the screen is picking up all the different types of color tones that are possible for this. So I'm going to go ahead, click the picture, and here is a picture I've used before. But then what's more important about this is that we are trying to look at the color tones down here. There's different thumbnails down there, and each one has a different color tone on the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this red tone right here. You'll see that the tone changed, right? I can make it strong, or I can make it weak. Okay, so if we go to the green one, you see that it changes green. I can make it stronger, I can make it weaker. Same thing with this burgundy type color. Okay, the blue, green, a darker green, and we have a black. Actually, that looks like it's violet, very dark purple. So that's what looks is. Let's go ahead and click next. And you can save it, check it, and it's saved to your library. Okay, that is Adobe Capture CC. I would highly recommend this for any designers, or practically all designers. It really helps to get things in order quickly if you're if you're time consuming. I would definitely recommend this app for fashion designers, graphic designers, web designers, multimedia designers. Even if you're in videography and photography, this is really good for you as well. Textile designers as well. This is really a great app. I am actually surprised the way that Adobe finally did something like this. It caters to those who are very artistic. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this app, go ahead, download it. It's available for Android and iOS. Not available for Windows, unfortunately, which is common. But if you guys like this video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you have any other comments or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And if you would like for me to review Photoshop Lightroom or Adobe Clip, which is Adobe Premiere for mobiles, or if you want me to review Photoshop Mix, and we also have Adobe Draw. Adobe Draw is a really good one. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.